IO Marci. Not the dude we deserve, but the dude we fucking hate. Even when an enemy picks them as the first pick, you already know it's GG. But no, I'm here to put an end to all that. Not exactly, but let's see what happens. Let's cut the bullshit and go straight for the picking phase. I wanna start off my top 3 heroes against IO Marci with Slardar. With the new leg day facet, most likely you can try not to die and just run away. Now remember, IO Marci lane is something you cannot win against in any other universe, and no, it's not a clickbait, I'm gonna explain it. You can't win against them in laning phase, unless they throw the game themselves. But we are assuming these fine gentlemen are playing their best to rape you like you've never been before. So the best option for you here is to try not to die as much as you can. That is your one and only responsibility for the early game part. And if you don't believe me for a second, yeah, just watch this.
Axe likes this very much.
That's why a Slardar is a great option. He's fast, he can almost always escape this filthy dew. So try to stay alive, try to get as much as last hits as they allow you to. For the mid game, with Slardar's ultimate, you actually have a good chance of killing IO in just seconds in the mid game or late game. And remember, Marci is not the biggest threat without IO.
Sit with that one for a minute.
For the item order, I prefer to go dagger first item after my boots and magic wand, so that I can be more active in the game and fights, and hopefully you can make a great comeback out of it by helping other lanes with dagger and starting good fights on IO Marci or the rest of the team. Next, we got a Spirit Breaker. Again, the reason for that being is because he is fast, he can escape easily with his Bull Rush facet, which I like a lot. Not only he gets to deal damage and stun his target, but also he can just slip away from them like nothing ever happened. With a Spirit Breaker, you can start joining other lanes as early as you get to level 6. If you contribute to fights with a good timing, get some kills or assists and make some space for your carry, you are already doing more than enough. And in your mid game and end game, you wanna try to charge IO in fights. If you get to eliminate him as early as possible, the more chance you have for winning the game. And last but not least, Mars. Now for this one, it's much harder and trickier because Mars hardly can stand against IO Marci, but with his blood sport facet and his spear, you have a 50-50 chance to win against them. The way this might work is you're gonna try to spear both of them, or at least Marci, away from you and just run. You also can slow them with God's Rebook. You also can disconnect IO from Marci with your spear, which is a good thing. You also have your arena, which Marci can't escape from it with her rebound ability, and with your facet, they are blind from anyone else, which gives you a good advantage of killing them with the help of your team, in both early game and end game. Now, some of you all might say, where is Seer? He can also escape, he can push the lane, he can also go jungle and recover from the laning phase. Well, you're actually correct. The reason why Seer is not on my list is because I don't play Seer a lot, because Seer has his own type of gameplay which I'm not comfortable with, so I don't want to be uploading stuff that I don't know about and just sharing the wrong information. So if you can play Seer, give it a try and let me know how it goes. Now, let's talk about some general rules and tips against IO Marci games. First off, remember, IO Marci are strong together. If one leaves another, they wouldn't be as scary as they are together, and it's actually much easier to kill them. So you're gonna take advantage of the fact that IO is always near Marci with protecting your side of camp and pulling lane as much as possible. In that way, you would have more chance to get last hits and gold, and Marci wouldn't leave his farm to follow you on their tier 1 tower, so you're safe. Most of the time, IO Marci gonna take your tier 1 tower in less than 10 minutes and there is nothing you can do about that, but what you can do is try to gather together as 4 or 3, a smoke and find IO Marci in your triangle or areas around here, which they will be probably farming ancients. So it would be much better if you already put wards there. And find them, and always remember, kill IO first. Mentality is also important. Don't lose your hope and shit. Just because you died 3 times to them doesn't mean you are a bad player and you're gonna lose the game. Just be patient, fight for the mid game and end game, and trust me, you will win the game. And last rule, which is the most important one, is if you do everything perfectly and avoid dying to them many times, you have a big chance of winning in the end game, because Marci can't kill many carries in the late game if he is not overfed.